Hi there, everybody. Today I'm going to be placing a girl in a bikini onto my layout, but the thing is, I have to put her on so that she's not going to fall out, because this is a briefcase layout and it will be getting banged around as it travels, and I don't want to have to keep putting her back in. So this is my process, which has been working pretty well for me so far. The first thing I do is I take my figure. I have to bend in awkward places, so it's a little difficult to stay still, but I just sort of place her where I'm going to want her on my layout. In this case, she's going to be waiting to jump off the cliff into the water. So the first thing I do is I use a micro drill, and it just looks like this. And this one is a number 72. It's 0.025 inches. And I take it and I make about where I want her first leg to be. So she's going to be waiting to jump, so she's just back here. So I just drill that in place. Now, when working with these drill bits, be very careful to go straight in and straight out, because they are so thin that they will break right off. So I've made my first hole right there. Now just right next to it, I'm going to make a second hole. And the reason for these holes is that, let's line it up just right, there we go. Rather than just glue her onto the layout, I'm actually going to use caulk that will go down inside the holes and grab on inside the holes. So not only will she be attached to the layout, it's almost like she'll be part of it. So there you can see the holes I drilled. Now, the next step is I take a little bit of caulk and I put it on the end of a toothpick. I just take this and I sort of roll it. I try and push it down into those holes a little bit. Just a little more. So now those holes are covered. So now my next step is to take my swimmer, or the girl in the bikini. I just grab her with my tweezers, and I'm going to dip her in some caulk that I have here. Now this is clear caulk, so although it's white right now, it will dry completely translucent. And I always use more than I need, because I'd rather her not fall off and see a little extra caulk than have her fall off. So now she's there standing and waiting, but as you can see, the white around her feet is leftover caulk. Back that out a little bit. So what I do is, we don't need all of that caulk, and as you can see, or maybe you can't, it's not exactly flush against the layout, all of it, so it's not all helping. So I just take a toothpick and I push down and pull out, and I just roll it onto whatever scrap of paper I have here. I just do that a few times. If I knock her over, I can always start again. At this point, nothing is dried up. And what's nice about this method is that even if I don't have caulk around the edges of her legs, it's pushed down into the board, so there's still protection there that we can't see. Now it's to the point where even her legs were even in the board a little bit, and I know you said it just knocked her up a little bit. Well, I didn't knock her up, but knocked her over, I'll say. So I'll just stand her back up. Give it one more little sweep. Maybe try and go between her legs. And just stand her back up. Now right now, her feet are even in that hole. So that is even better. If you go to my website, or if you're already at it, carlettatrains.com, you can see some of the figures I've already put up using this method, and that once it's done, the caulk really doesn't show. And the thing about using caulk is that it gives you time to reposition them. If I don't like the way she's facing, but I think that looks just about right. Now, come tomorrow morning, or even sooner, that will be completely dry, completely translucent, and if there's any little bits I want to clean up from there, I can always use a X-Acto knife and just clean it up. Alright, well thanks for watching, and check out my website for more pictures and helpful hints. Bye-bye.